Hi everyone, welcome back to another tutorial, and in today's tutorial I am doing something a little different. I'm a little under the weather, but I'm getting better. But I posted this bracelet that I made on Facebook, and I just want you guys to know it wasn't a bead that broke, it was my thread. And it broke right in here, and this is right at the very beginning of where I had started this bracelet in here. So I'm going to tweak a few little things. I'm going to take this whole thing apart, and I thought, well, I might as well do my tutorial because I don't want to make another one. This, I'm telling you right now, this is a long process to make. This isn't one of these bracelets that you're going to just whip it up in an hour. That's not going to happen. It has a lot of work in it, but it's well worth it. Now, it is a tiny bit snug to get over my hand, but it still goes. And I like it a little snugger, and the snuggier it is, the nicer it's going to fit. So, it's not going to, be falling around. But again, I need to tweak this so everything sits properly and it goes on properly. Now, I was in the middle of embellishing it here and doing the top embellishment when the bracelet broke. So that was really heart-wrenching. But I'm going to take it off now, and as you can see, I gotta wiggle it to get it off my wrist, but it does come off. And I am going to add one extra set of beads in here just to make it a teeny tiny bit bigger, because when you're making this you have to make it really big, bigger than what your wrist size is. And the reason being is all the embellishing that you do to it makes the bracelet get smaller and smaller and smaller. So I can't give you exactly on the camera right here and then how many beads you're going to need, how much thread you're going to need, because I'm redoing the whole thing. And I have to add, I believe I'm going to be adding an 8/0 in here, which I didn't use in this bracelet yet. But I believe in the bottom here, when I tweak it, what I have in mind to do, I'm going to need an 8/0 for that. So, as you can see, my thread broke right in here, this piece here, and these super Miniduos are kind of falling off. So that's why I didn't continue to finish embellishing it. I was quite upset about that. So I am going to take this entire thing apart. It does use a lot of Miniduos, I will admit that. If you buy your packages from Jill Wiseman Designs, like this, that's how much I have left from one package in the white. Same with the red. This is a Vega On Ruby, and I've used that much of a package. So as you can see, the 10-gram packages, you're going to use quite a bit of Miniduos. So just bear in mind that you're going to need 2 full packages in whatever color you want to make this in a Miniduo. That I know for sure. And I'm using these 4mm Druk beads, or Druk, however you guys say it, in a 4mm. And I thought really nice white opaque was a really pretty color. Now I bought these at Beadaholic. She was making something on a video tutorial, and I seen these white Druk beads she was using, so I ordered, I don't know, 4 or 5 strands of them. So that's why I have a big huge tube of them, and a little package here, because these didn't fit in the tube. They will now, because as you can see, I used up quite a bit. Actually, in this size 8 that I'm trying to make, it took 100 of these Druk beads. And actually it took 99. But because I'm going to do an extra section in here, just to give it that little wee bit of extra room for me to get it over my hand without breaking it, I'm going to add another 3 more. So that's going to be 102 Druk beads. I am using a 11/0, and you will need oh, this was a whole brand new tube, and that's what I have left from it, and I still didn't finish my embellishing. But the embellishing consists of 15-0s as well, so I'm using a 15-0 and 11-0. I am going to probably use an 8-0 as well. This is a Matubo 8-0. In this bottom piece here, right in this area here where we flap it over. It is a gorgeous bracelet. The weight to it is comfortable. It's perfect size bangle for your wrist, and it does use a lot of Fireline. Okay, it's gonna be a minimum probably of 3-4 yards of Fireline. I am gonna use a Firepolish in a 4mm, and this is a dark ruby that looks really nice accented on the side. Right now it looks pretty shitty because my thing is loose, and I didn't finish all the 15-0 embellishments. Where did I start that? Oh, I only done one here. Okay, well, I'm putting a 15-0 in here, and it pushes this up. Instead of these flopping around on the sides, the 15-0 will bring this up nice and snug like this. So, you know, as I'm telling you this, please, you need a whole entire day to work on this, to take breaks, make supper, make lunch, make whatever it is you need to do, clean house. You're going to have to take breaks making this because I'm telling you, it's a long process. This video is probably going to be very long, so if you don't have time to watch it, or you think it's too long, then move along to another video. I'm giving you fair warning that this is a long project, and this is going to be a long video. Alright, well, I'm going to go and take some time out and take this whole entire thing apart. Breaks my heart, but I have to do that because I tried to fix it in here, but I didn't get to catch the one thread, so it's still loose in here somewhere. So these beads are going to eventually fall off. So rather than me just tell you guys to go and make it and have it break on you, you don't know how heartbreaking that is, because that's how much of this bracelet I got done, and the thread broke in the bottom. Sorry. And the thread broke in the bottom here, so yeah. Anyway, I am going to go take this apart. I'll come back to you. I'll have everything separated. Now, before you begin this, and because I'm not able to tell you exactly how many beads you're going to need, check the description box, because by the time this video's ended, I will have it posted in there exactly how many Druk beads I used and how many grams of Miniduos I used. And these are 10-gram bags. So this is basically, you might as well say 10 grams of one color, and probably a good let's see, that's a brand new bag, so a good 5 to 6 grams of another color. Okay, anyway, I'm going to go and do this and come back to you. Check the description box. Everything will be in there that you need, because I can post that after I do the video. So see you back in a bit. Okay, so here we go. I've got everything all ripped apart. Not that I wanted to do that, but I really, really and truly had no choice. Let me just get... So, to get started, I strung on a size 10 beading needle, about 2 yards of Fireline. And in the process of ripping my bracelet apart, I dropped a few beads. My husband found one. I know there was more than one that fell, because when I counted my druks, I didn't have enough. So they're somewhere around this house somewhere. Anyway, to get started, you're only going to be working with your Druk beads and your 11-0s. And you're going to pick up an 11-0, a Druk, and we're just going to do a really simple right angle weave. So I'm just going to pick up 4 of each, alternating back and forth, and ending with a druk bead because I picked up an 11-0 first. So I have 4 11-0s and 4 druks, and we're just going to start with a circle. So I'm just bringing this down, and I'm going to go through these beads, and we're going to tie a simple overhand knot. Okay, so I'm just running my needle through all these beads again, and we're going to pull our loop closed, shorten our tail. We don't want to waste any Fireline. Okay, and then just tie a really simple overhand knot. Like that. And just only tie it, don't tie a whole bunch of knots in there because you're going to have trouble getting through your beads if you do that. Okay, so now I'm just going to pass through the 11-0 and the druk bead to get away from my tail. Okay, so you've got this nice little circle happening here. Okay, so next you're going to pick up 11-0, and always start with an 11-0 now. A druk bead, 11-0, a druk bead. If I can find the damn hole. An 11-0 and a druk bead and one more 11-0. So this is going to be a repetitive pattern to the end of this bracelet. So you're going to pick up an 11-0. You're going to start with an 11-0, end with an 11-0, and have 3 druks in between. Okay, and you're just going to make a circle. That's what right angle weave is. And you're just going to go through the druk bead. Okay, don't go through the 11-0s. And pull that tight and reinforce. And these druk beads are really, really pretty. I mean, they're just a plain opaque white bead, but they're pretty consistent in size, and they're really nice beads. And if you want them, you can get them at Beadaholique. They come in strands. Like I said, I don't remember how many I purchased. There was 3, 4, 5 strands or something like that. And then I just opened them up and put them in the tube. And I've used them already in a previous project, so I have used some already. Alright, and now you're just going to work your way, after reinforcing that circle, work your way back up to that one, like so. And give it a good tight pull. Okay? Now you're going to do this again, and this is all you're going to do for the length of the bracelet that you need. Now, like I was mentioning earlier when I was in my intro, how much or what color beads, I forgot to mention all the colors. So if you look in the description box down below, click on the show more button. Excuse me. Click on the show more button. You will see a list of the materials that are required for a size 8 bracelet. Now, being that you're not going to all make a size 8 bracelet, you're just going to reduce the amount. But when we get towards the end of doing this bracelet, I'm going to show you how it fits. So you can judge it just by how it sorry. How it fits. Okay, so let me get back up here. This is all you're going to do. Now do this. This has to be at least 1.5 inches bigger than your actual size of your part of your hand, this biggest part of your hand. This part here, when you wrap this around your wrist, it's going to be super big, loose. Okay, you want it to be really loose. And you'll see when I get to the end of putting on my 102 druk beads that I told you I needed for a size 8, so I'm using 102 because I want to make it one revolution, one of these units bigger than what my previous one was. So I had 99 in my previous bracelet. Now I have 102 because I'm going to add one more section. Just because I found it to be a wee bit snug, putting it over top of my my hand here, the largest part of my hand. It went on, but it was a struggle, and when the bracelet's completely finished, I don't want to have it breaking, okay? So, let me go and put all 102 druks in right angle weave, continue this right to the length. I'm going to come back, show you how to join it and what we need to do next, okay? So, it's 102, and these druk beads are just an opaque white. That's all they are, opaque white. The Miniduos I'm using are Vega On Ruby and Chalk White Luster. And these luster beads got like a pearl finish on them. They're really pretty. And I'm just using a silver line crystal 80 in a Toho seed bead. That's it. So I'll be back. Before I go any further, I just want to let you guys know, I don't know if I said it, but make sure you reinforce every single section that you put on, okay? Look at how pretty this looks already, but make sure you reinforce. Damn bird. Yeah, hello Miku, they hear you. Anyways, do that and I'll be back. Okay, so I made a boo-boo. You're going to need 101 druks, not 102. So I'm just going to put that one away. Now we're going to join this, and when I join it, I'm going to show you how big it will be on my hand, on this biggest part of your hand. Now don't take your wrist measurement. So my wrist measurement's a size 8. This is definitely way bigger than a size 8. But again, we're going over the biggest part of our hand, so it has to be a lot bigger, okay? And plus, the embellishments on this are going to shorten it up somewhat too. Oh, not somewhat, it's going to shorten it up a lot. So, to join this, you got to make sure your bracelet is not twisted. It's nice and flat, like this. So when you put your two ends together, you don't have a twist in your bracelet. So, to join it, you've ended with the right angle. So you should pick up 1 11/0. 1 druk, 1 11/0, and then you're going to go across into this bead here, into this bead this way. Hi Miku, and you're going to attach it there. You're going to pick up an 11/0, a 4mm, or your druk, and 11/0, and you're going to go back into this druk here where you ended. So you're just making a circle and attaching your bracelet. Alright, so we're going to do this. And there, our bracelet is now attached. So now you're going to go back through all 4 of these beads. Well, there's more than 4. You got your 8 11/0s in there as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tie off this thread because I don't have enough. And it's always a good habit when you have layers in any project that you do, it's a good idea to tie off your thread and start a new thread on the next layer. That way if something breaks, your whole bracelet isn't going to fall apart like mine did. So I'm just going to tie Miku a half hitch knot between the druk and the seed bead. Miku! Oh my god. What a little brat. And now that my actual ends here both meet, so my tail and my working thread, I'm just going to give them a nice little tie. Just no surgeon's knot. Don't tie double knots because we do have to go through these beads again. and you don't want it to be prevented going through them again. So tie that nice and tight. I am going to go back through the druk, like so. I'm going to tie another 1/2 inch knot. Actually, I'm not going to tie it there. I'm going to tie it and push it, tie it between the 11/0 and the druk. Okay. I just don't want any knots going into my 11/0s because we have to go through those 11/0s. Oh my God, I'm so sorry about me. Okay, so there we go. Go through a couple of beads now. We can cut everything off and we're good to go here. Alright, so that 2 yards already went just in this one piece. I'm just checking to make sure I didn't twist it any which way. Where's my scissors? Right here. So now we can cut all these tails off. Because this one here, your tail is actually good and it's double knotted in 2 different places. So that's safe to cut off. And so is this one. Alright. Now, to show you how this is going to fit. Which way? As you can see, it is really big, okay? It's about, I would say, on the largest part, which would be my knuckles in here, I would say it's about a good 1.5 inches larger than normal, okay? You're just going to have to keep trying yours on. It looks really big. It is big. And it's just, it would just, look at, it would just fall off of my wrist. Okay, so that's, it's really big. And there's, you can see, in the widest part of my hand, which I'm going to show you right here, in the widest part, it's that much too big. So, a good 1.5 inches. Okay? I can't explain it any better for you right now because bangles are not that easy to make. So let me get some more Fireline because I ran out, and we're going to tie on some new thread and get started on our end piece. I just pull this between my teeth to kind of flatten it. There we go. Hello, Miku. Hello, you go birdie? Okay. So, it doesn't matter where you start on this bracelet. I'm actually going to start somewhere, I don't know, right here in the middle. And I'm just going to tie my thread into that druk there. Into the middle druk of any one of them. It doesn't matter which one. So I'm going to tie a knot between this 11/0 and the druk. Oopsies. It has to be 1/11/0. You don't want to destroy that. There we go. Alright, so it's going to get tied right there. Again, don't do a surgeon's knot because we do have to go through these beads. There we go. Alright. Now when I first tie on thread, I don't use this knot as security for me. So now I'm just going to weave my way around some beads, but I'm going to show you what I always do when I first tie on thread. Okay, I'm going to go through that 11/0. And I'm going to want to be going into a druk. So now I'm going to tie a half hitch knot, and I'm going to secure my thread a couple of times before I actually start my work. So I'm just making half hitch knots here right now, and only wrapping my needle or running my needle through that loop once, not twice. Okay, pull it tight, and now all we're doing is really securing our thread so it doesn't come apart or the knots pull out. So if you tie a knot at the beginning, put a couple of half hitch knots weaving through your work, I find that's very secure. A lot of people don't bother to do this step, and I'm telling you, I don't miss it. And a half hitch knot, when you tie it and pull it really tight, it's pretty thin. Okay, so that is really good and secured. This thread is not going to pull out. Let me come back up closer again so you guys can see. Okay, so that's 2 half hitch knots. I'm going to go through the 11-0, and I'm going to tie one more. Okay, so between a 11-0 and a druk, and I always want to be exiting into a druk because it's just a bit bigger of a hole. So pulling my thread through, pull it tight, and there's your knot. Alright, now go ahead and cut your tail off now because it's good and secured. Or you can wait and come to that end and tie it again there. Alright, so now we're going to be working with our red Vega On Ruby. These are really, really pretty. Our Miniduos. So what you're going to do now is you're coming out of a druk bead. Okay, pick up an 11-0, 2 Miniduos, and 11-0. And please make sure you check your Miniduos because they can have clogged ends too. And I found a few in the white. I didn't find any in the red, but I did in the white. I guess it just depends on the finish of them. So you're coming out of your druk on this side. Actually, this is the tail, so I don't want you to see my tail. I want you to see my working thread. It's coming out this side. You've picked up, oops, there's 2 in there. You've picked up an 11-0, 2 Miniduos in the red color, and an 11-0. You're just going to make a circle and go back, whoops, and go back through the druk bead like that, putting the Miniduos on. And as I mentioned before, this is a lot of embellishing on this bracelet, and it's very time consuming, okay? So if you don't have time to make it, or you can even start it, put it down, pick it up and work on it again a little bit more here and there. Now to get to this next druk, you're just going to go put your needle through both of the 11-0s outside of the druk you're working on, and exit into the next druk bead like that and pull tight. Okay, you pick up an 11-0, 2 Miniduos, and an 11-0. Now what I found I did in the last bracelet I made is I forgot. Don't even ask me how I missed one of my Miniduos, but one, there was only one on top, and that threw the whole bracelet off. Even trying to add an extra one in there, it did not work. So be careful you don't do what I did. So you're going to make a circle. And what I like to do in one pass is go through all these beads. So I'm going through the druk, where I'm exiting here, making a circle. Going through the 2 11-0s and exiting in the next druk. So I'm already in position to do my next, add my next Miniduos, like that. Okay, you're going to do this all the way around I mean, you don't have to pull it so tight that your thread feels like it's going to break, but keep your tension pretty good. Don't have it loose and sagging and baggy, and you know what I mean. And that's all you're going to do all the way around. So I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do this all the way around, adding my 2 Miniduos, and don't forget your 11-0s. Okay, I'll show you one more time. Pick up an 11-0, 2 Miniduos, and an 11-0. Okay. Coming out on this side, you're going in the other direction, or the other side of the bead. You're going to go through the druk, the 2 11-0s, exiting beside the druk and into the new druk. Next druk, whatever druk. Druk, druk, druk. Druk, druk. I'm pretty sure they're called druks. They are druk beads. And don't make a big mess of your beads like this. Do you know how long it took me to, because of the camera, I didn't show you guys, I had to separate all those beads from the bracelet. So these ones, I know I don't have to check them because they all were in my bracelet already. Okay, guys, so go do that all on one side, and then you can switch. You just go in a circle and go continue on the other side. So by means of that, I mean just, all right, let's do this. Pick up 2 11-0, 2 Miniduos, and 11-0. Make your circle and go back through just the druk bead. Don't go through anything else, because I'm showing you how to go and do the other side when you finish this side. So you're going to go through the 11-0 that's right between one of your right angle weaves, and then you're going to go through the druk, and then you're going to just make your circle, keep going as if you're reinforcing your circle here. And then you're going to go into the 11-0 and into the druk bead. It's just in a circle. And then you're going to work on this side. Doesn't matter if you go back and forth and pick up 2 of your Miniduos and an 11-0, and now just work on this side. It's really super easy to do the other side as long as you follow your thread path and don't create one. And this is what you should have. And then you just continue doing this all the way around your lovely bracelet. Again, I'm going to warn you that this is going to seem super huge, but you saw the bracelet when I was finished it, and it was really very too small for my, I didn't like struggling with it, getting it over my hand. So I'm going to go finish this, guys, both sides with my red Miniduos. Again, they are Vega On Ruby. The list of every color I used in this project will be down below in case you want to use this in the Christmas contest, or not Christmas contest. Oh God, wait till you guys see what I have for you for Christmas. Oh my gosh. Miku, sing for them. Yay, good birdie. Yes, good boy. There you go. Miku's. He's cheering you guys on. All right. I'm going to go cough, finish this, and I'll be back. Say bye. Say see you in a bit, Miku. Good birdie. Okay, be back. No. Okay, guys. I have gotten all of the Miniduos on, and as you can see, it's already still too big, but it is getting smaller, and it will get smaller as we progress. Now, all I did when I finished that round is I went like I normally would go. I went and did my last loop, went through the 2 seed beads and into the druk, into this druk here. And then I just went up into this set of Miniduos. So I went through the seed bead, through the 2 Miniduos, and now I'm going to exit into the top hole of that Miniduo that I'm exiting out of. So like that. Okay. Now we're going to be working with our pretty white ones. So between each one, now this is where I'm changing up the bracelet. In the previous one, I put a white mini duo between each thing here. So I'll show you. So pick up, I'm between the two, okay? Hope you can see this. I'm between the two mini duos. I'm going to pick up a white one, and I'm going to exit into the next mini duo, like that. Placing a mini duo in there. Now, before I went into this next group of two, I was picking up another white mini duo. Instead of doing that, I'm just going to pick up an 11-0. And I'm going to go through it this way. And I'm hoping this is where it's going to help pull it together. Okay? So between the groups of two, you're going to put an 11-0. And between the two duos, you're going to put a white mini duo, like that. I'm hoping this is really going to help it. I don't know how it's going to work out. So I'm just alternating one for one. So one 11-0, one's mini duo. And that's what you're going to do all the way around your entire bracelet on both sides. Is alternating back and forth from 11-0 to mini duo. And making sure your mini duo is between the two, okay? This is going to help curve it under when we go to sew these under. But make sure these mini duos are between the groups of or between the two, and then 11-0 between the groups. So basically between each. I hope I'm making this clear for you to understand that the white has to be between the duos, not between where you're joining it here, between the duos, okay? When it bent around, when I had done it the other way, there was one mini duo everywhere here, and so when it folded over, it was very crowded, and that crowding caused my thread to break because it was like an explosion. It was just too many beads. So I'm hoping this is going to relieve what I wanted to do by joining these at the bottom here with, I believe it's still going to work. The only thing that's going to pull these together now to make it nice and snug underneath will be 8-0s. Okay, instead of 11-0s I used in the previous one, I'm going to use 8-0s and see if that makes a huge difference. But yeah, that's all you got to do now is continue this all the way around. It's very simple. Very simple pattern. Seems difficult, but it's not. So you're going to do a mini duo, 11-0. And don't pull it so tight that you cause it to warp, okay? Keep your tension taut, but don't keep it so tight that you're gonna like make your thread break. And that's a mistake I made in my last bracelet, was by having my thread way too tight, okay? So I'm gonna go off camera and I'm gonna finish this, alternating one for one. And I'll be back when I get done. And same with both sides. You're going to have to work your way in your thread path into your druk, follow around, and exit over here. Same thing. Stay in your thread path. Alright? And as you can see, this is already starting to cup the bracelet, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. If you can see that, it's sort of cupping it. It's going to be so pretty, this bracelet, when it's done. So keep doing that, and I will be back, show you what to do next. See you in a minute. Alright, so I have finished putting on my white mini duos here, and I just went this was my last one. I just weaved through these beads here, and then I just exited in the top hole of the next mini duo that beside where I finished. Okay, because I don't want to work out of the one I just put on. One thing's for sure is before you go in there, make sure this is all pulled nice and tight. Your threads are pulled tight and you don't loosen up your bracelet. And you can see now it's starting to take shape a wee bit. Now for this bottom that we're going to do, this is the part I had to really tweak because I don't want any pressure on these beads here. These mini duos that we're working out of, no pressure on them when we're building our base for our bangle. Okay, so this is what I came up with. Exit out of the top hole of your white super duo. You're going to be working with your mini duos and 8/0s now, and these are Matubo. It's just crystal silver lined from Opaque Bead Company. Okay, you're going to pick up a mini duo, 2 of the 8/0s, and a mini duo. Now you need to go directly across, so go straight across into the next mini duo on the other side. So just follow your druks, so you're going into the right bead. Okay, and go in on the same side that you're exiting on your mini duo there, and pull. So you have that. Now you're going to pick up a mini duo, 2 8/0s, and a mini duo. You're just going to make a circle and go back through that original mini duo you were coming out of. So we're just making a circle, and that's what you should have on the bottom. Now you need to reinforce every single revolution that you put on. You're going to go through this and reinforce the entire section before you move on. It's finicky, it's problematic because it snags on everything, but you have to do this step. So now I'm going to exit back into that mini duo, the one I originally first started in. Like I said, it's finicky because your thread's going to snag on everything. Now give that a good tight pull. As you can see, it loosened up in here on me. I did not want that to happen. That is what we really have to watch for. Our thread loosened up somehow in there. Let me just pull this. We cannot have our thread loose. There we go. Tighten her back up. And because I've went around twice already, it's going to be really, really hard. But let's see if I can pull it. Nope. It got loose on me, so I have to come out a bit. So this is what can happen to you guys. And I think the best way to fix this is by going across the way and not doing it in here. Alright. Keep this. Stupid tail. Driving me crazy. Okay, pull this back tight again. There we go. There we go. Now let me see that it's all tight again. Okay, be very careful that doesn't happen to you. So as you can see, it's very easy to happen. So let me get this tightened up so it doesn't come loose on me again. Just going through all these beads again. ensuring my bracelet's not going to come loose. Alright, now you want to exit out of the next, okay, see here, there is no pressure on these beads whatsoever. I don't want any pressure on those. So you have this nice little cute little star in the middle here. That's what your base will be. Now, you've started in this bead, just work your way around till you're exiting out of this mini duo across the way so that you're coming out from outward of it so you can go back in it this way into the next hole of that mini duo like that. Okay, I hope you can see that. I'm going back in it, but I'm going in the opposite direction and in the other hole. Now you're going to pick up 2 more 8/0s and you're going to go straight up and exit into the top mini duo up there that you added on, your very first one you added on, like this. Now this tail, wow, nuts. Now you're going to go and grab the next one in the line of your bracelet, grab the next one and pull that. Okay? Now you're going to pick up a mini duo, 2 8/0s, and a mini duo. You're going to pick up the next one directly across like that. Okay? Like this. Now you're going to go into that mini duo, the 2 8/0s, and the mini duo. Alright, so this is what you should have now. You're building your base. Now you're going to reinforce this and you're going to exit out of the bottom of this mini duo here. So let's go and reinforce this. Because if you don't reinforce it, it is going to come loose on you. And that means going through all the beads second time. Pulling it tight as you go. Okay. In there. Okay. Now I need to exit out of the bottom of that mini duo. So I'm just going to work my way down. It's just like right angle weave. Work my way down. Through these, through those, and exit out of that mini duo. Okay? Now, making sure that each unit you do is nice and snug, go into that second hole of that mini duo like that. Pick up 2 8/0s. Go up into that mini duo up here. And now we're on to our third one on our bracelet. So now you're going to pick up this one first. Pick up a mini duo, 2 8/0s, and a mini duo. And go across into this one here. And then you're going to join it by going back up these ones you just put on. And pulling that nice and tight. And now you have this. And you're going to go around and reinforce this entire section again. So through the mini duo. Down through these two and the mini duo. I have to keep turning my bracelet because I can't work backwards and awkwards like that. Back up these ones into this one, pulling everything nice and tight underneath here, and that's making your base much better and less stress on that, these white ones here. Okay, so now you need to exit. Gosh, this tail is driving me crazy. This little wee piece yet to boot. Now you need to exit out of the bottom mini duo, that one. So I'm exiting outward so I can bring my needle up and go into that hole, and now I can add my 2 yrds in between the mini duos like this. Okay. Show you one more time, then I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to finish this bottom. If I run into any difficulty, I'll come back on camera and show you. Okay, so you're exiting out of that one on your bracelet. Now you're going to pick up a mini duo and 2 yrds and a mini duo. Okay, you're going to snag the bead across from it, placing it there, and then you're going to go back into this one on the other side, and then you're going to go ahead and reinforce this whole entire section you just put on. Reinforce it, going through all the beads, down through these 4 beads, pulling it nice and tight through your mini duo and through all these beads like so. And now you want to get down into this mini duo, so go through these. See, it snags everything. Everything and anything it can snag, it'll snag. And now you want to exit out of this mini duo on the bottom, and then bring your needle up into the second hole, and then start all over again. Okay? And that's all there is to doing the base of this. So this is going to sit nice and flush like this. We are going to be putting something in between here to hide those threads. Okay? Look at how pretty that's going to look. And we still have all the embellishing to do on top. So that's the best way I can tweak it. And hopefully that way is going to work perfectly for everyone. Alright? So, like I said, I'm going to go finish making this off camera. And I'll be back. We are going to hide these. Don't worry. They do look awful. Might even put some 15 O's in there. Okay, anyway, I'm going to go finish and I'll be back. Okay, now I have completed putting my entire bottom on and it looks amazing. I just love the look of the side of the bracelet, the top of it, and the bottom is much more flexible, and it's not going to break the threads because we reinforced it. But what we need to do though is we need to go and put something over top of these mini duos, because you can see the threads in the mini duos and it looks like hell. I don't know if you can see that, but you can certainly see the threads in the tops of these mini duos here. So we're going to hide that with a couple of 15-0s. And I have been working on this bracelet all day long, so I'm telling you right now, it's a long process, this bracelet. So make sure you have lots of time in a day to make this. So to get started, you need to exit out of one of your mini duos and you need to exit outward. So it doesn't matter which one you're in. I'm just going in the one I finished in. So you're going to pick up 2. Let me come up close so you guys can see what I'm doing. You're going to pick up 2 15s you're going to go across right into the next hole beside it, but just into the mini duo. Don't go into the 8/0, so just into that like that. Okay, I'm coming out here, entering there. And then you're going to sit these 2 15-0s on top like that. Actually, I think we need 3. 2, no. I don't want 3 because I don't want it to be tight in here. But when we pull this tight, you stand up anyway, so yeah. We're going to have to put 3 in. So let me go back out. Let me see what 3 does. Okay, just into the mini duo. Yeah, 3 is a little better. Now you're going to skip across everything and you're going to go up the next mini duo in line there. So just go up it. And you won't see that thread. It's hidden underneath that mini duo that's between these ones we're working in. So you're going to pick up 3 15s, drop down into the next hole, placing the 3 15s on top. So that's basically hiding all your threads, and it looks really cute. You want to continue to do this same pattern all the way around. So I'm just going up this and picking up 3 and going down. And I'm only going in the mini duos. I'm not working in any other beads. Like that. Okay. One more time, and then I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to finish this. You can get a size 12 beading needle if you want, but this one still works. It's bent, but it works. It was brand new. It's actually my second needle. Okay, so that's all you're going to do. Just place those on the side like that to hide your threads. See if it'll focus for me. No? Okay, see? Much better than seeing the holes in the threads. So I'm going to go finish that, and I'm going to come back and show you what to do next. Okay, so we got our 15-0s all done on the side, and now it hides our edges really beautifully. Now what you need to do is just work your way up into these red mini duos. And I'm just going through some beads here. Working my way up, and I want to be into this hole here on the mini duo. I want to be in the top hole up here, up towards the top of my bracelet. So I'm just going from the bottom hole to the top hole. And then I am going to, you're exiting out of that top hole. I need my, we need our white mini duos, or whatever color you're using. I'm using my white Vega luster. And you're going to go and pick up 1 mini duo, like this. 1 mini duo. You're going to go right across and go through both of those 2 that are grouped together, the mini duos, the top hole, and you're just going to set a mini duo on the side like that. Okay? And you're going to do this all the way. Just pick up a mini duo, and this is going to reinforce your bracelet again on the edges, which is fantastic. Like that. Pick up a mini duo and go through the, it is now supper time here. We did a bit of house cleaning, and I put supper in the oven, and now I'm finishing my tutorial. So this is an all-day process. Okay, and keep doing this all the way around until you have the entire side of this bracelet done. Adding a mini duo. Oopsies. And look at that. We got a knot. Oh, we got a good knot. Perfect. I do want to admit that I've had to add thread. This is my third time adding thread. And as you can see, I don't add little pieces or little lengths of thread. I add like 2.5 yards, 3 yards of thread at a time. But I don't recommend doing that because you're going to get knots like this. And I'm praying I'm going to get this knot out. I'm really not sure where to start to pick at it, because it is kind of huge. There we go. There we go. I'm pulling every thread but the right one. Not too sure what I did here. Oh boy. Now, if I could just get this looser. Oh my god, I'm not pulling any of the right threads. What the heck? Okay, I'm gonna go do this off camera. Okay, I got my big knot out. So, as I was saying, you go right across into the two super duos, the red ones, and place your mini duo there. So, I'm just going to go offline now, leave you to do your bracelet, and add your mini duos in there, like so. It looks so pretty with the fire polish on the sides as well. So this is a step you can skip if you just like the bracelet like this, but this is how I like it. Again, preference, right? But remember that if you're using this tutorial for your contest piece, you have to use the same amount of beads that I use. Not same amount, but if I used fire polish, you have to use fire polish. You have to try to match the colors as close as you can. You know, they're not going to be completely exact, but get them as close as you can. So that's one of the contest rules. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to do that on both sides. Again, when I finish with the one side, I'm going to go and cross over through these and go on and continue on this side. So they're on both sides of my bracelet. And then I'll come back to you and show you what embellishment to do next. And this is starting to firm up. So it is really super tight getting on. As you can see, it barely is going to get over my hand. I guess I'll have to lose weight to wear this. Oh no, it still goes on, but it's a struggle. So remember that when you're making this. That looked really big when I was making it. Now look how big it is. The circumference in here is really not that big. But it is so, so pretty. I really love this bracelet. You guys are going to love this. Just looks really stunning. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, so now we've got this luscious bracelet. Look at how gorgeous this is. Sad part is, oh yeah, I'll be able to get that over my hand with a little fight. It is a bit tight, but that's okay because you just ease it on very, very easy. There we go. Now, look at how pretty. Is this not gorgeous? So now we're going to do the rest of our embellishing, and we got some more to do on the top. So like, this bracelet is taking me forever. So there's a lot of beads in this bracelet, so make sure before you even start it, you check the description box to make sure you have enough beads to make this, because I listed every single amount of beads that you need, right to a T for a size 8. Now we've ended by putting on our white Miniduos. So I've ended in a Miniduo. I'm just going to bring my needle up into that second hole of the Miniduo. And now we're going to work with our 4mm Firepolish. So let me get this stuff out of my way here and put down my my 4mm Firepolish. Now, for this embellishment, you're going to pick up a 15-0, a Firepolish, and a 15-0 on your needle like this. Okay? I have a really bent needle, but it is my third needle I've bent. And you're just going to go across into the next Miniduo. Make sure you pull your thread tight and hold it, not allowing your bracelet to become loose. Okay? So I'm pulling it out where I went up, pulling that nice and tight and holding it, and pull. And now you're going to put in a 15-0, 4mm, a 15-0. This transparent dark ruby is a very pretty color. Like that. Look at how gorgeous. Now, 15-0, 4mm, and a 15-0. And you're going to do this on both sides. Now I've come far enough where I'm going to cross over and go to the other side, just because my thread is able to come loose right like this from this Miniduo going into the top part of it. So pulling it tight here, pinching it with my fingers, and pulling it tight there. I'm just going to drop down into here, not allowing my thread to get loose at all. Okay, and then I'm just going to work my way down. That way my thread is not going to loosen up on me. So I'm just going to work my way around into the 4mm like this, across. Oops. And in here, and in there. And then I'm just following my thread path. So now I'm into these red Miniduos on the side, pulling everything tight, going into there, and I'm going into the next Miniduo, whoops, which I totally missed, like that. Okay, now I'm going to work this way. That way my thread doesn't come loose on me from the other side. Alright, now continuing on with our 15, 4mm and 15, and just do this all the way around, and then weave your way across, back over, across to the other side, and continue on this side by filling these in. These are going to be loose, but we are going to fix them, okay? You're going to see how we're going to adjust them when we get to the top of this bracelet. So pretty, okay? Do that, 15-0, and I'm just using a crystal silver lined 15-0. It's the same color I've been using all through the bracelet in 8s and 11s, okay? So just a crystal silver line. It's a very Christmassy color. Alright, so I'm going to go finish this and I'll come back. Okay, I have completed putting all my Firepolish on. This bracelet is getting, I don't know, it's just extremely beautiful. And It does have a lot of beads, but it's really worth it. The weight to it, and it's starting to feel like more of a stiffer, like a bangle. Okay. So now we're going to do the last embellishment, which is the very top up here. Like I said again, you can leave this part out. You don't have to embellish it, but you are going to need 15 O's, and you're going to need some 11 O's. So I'm going to dump some 11 O's out, because I have been trying to keep my workspace clean and getting rid of beads as I don't need them. Alright, now let's work our way up till we're exiting out of one of these 4mm pearls. So I'm coming out of here. So I'm just going to go into the bottom of the white Miniduo and try to drop down into the two red ones as well. Oopsies, I don't want to go into the white one too. There we go. Now, I'm just following my thread path into the 11-0 and into the side druk bead. Now, to get into that is going to be the trick. I'm just wondering if we should embellish it a different way than what I was going to do. And I'm thinking I just might do that. So I'm going to go back out of the 11-0. Because if we do it the other way, that's a lot of embellishing. So I'm going back up. I want to get exiting out of one of those red. I'm just taking you guys on a thread path tour. I want to get into one of these red Firepolish. Okay? We want to keep these Firepolish sitting up like this. We don't want them being loose like this. See how they're loose? We don't want that. So let me see how many I need to pick up. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if 6 is enough. 6, no. So we need 7, 8, 9. Let's see if 9's enough. Oops. Alright, I'm going to try it. We'll see. I'm just going to exit out of this next, and then I'll tell you what I'm doing here. Okay, that, my dear, is going to work. I don't know if I like that as much as what I was going to do. We do need to keep these tight on top. So I am going to take one off, and that's Miku being a moron. Miku, be quiet. Alright, so exiting out of one of these 4mm checks, you're going to pick up 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 O's. You're going to go on a diagonal. Now we want to keep our upper part tight. So you're going to go across and down one. And then you're going to work your way up to the next. So you're even here. You're coming out evenly. Okay? So it looks like that. And pull it nice and tight. I don't know if I like that, guys. Honestly, let me do another one and see how I like it. Pick up 8, 2, 3, Okay, now we're going to go across on a diagonal, and then we're going to go follow our pattern. We've already been out of this one, so we want to go in the next one. Yep, we hear you, Miku. Hello. Hello. Oopsies. That didn't work. Okay, that didn't work, guys. I did something wrong. Alright, let me take it out. See what the heck I did. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I exited out of that Firepolish wrong. Jeez. No wonder it doesn't look right to me. Because I didn't do it right. So now I'm just backing out of my work here. Pray I didn't snag any of my thread, which I did, of course. Alright. Okay, so I just need to come out of that way. Okay. Okay, no I don't. What do I do now? Pete's sakes. Alright. Now you're going to go on a diagonal and go in the bead this way. I just goofed up. I'm sure that's how we got to do it. Is that going to work? Yes. Alright. So exit out of that bead that way. Like this. Pull tight. Pick up 8. 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. You know what? I don't like it. I'm not going to fidget with this anymore. I don't like it, and I'm going to originally do what I first... Going to take a while to do. I'm trying to look for an easy way out, and in my opinion, I don't like this. So you guys don't have to do this. But it is going to... You might want to get a size 12 beading needle, just because you're going through all these beads again. But you will need 15s and 11s for this, like I originally said. Okay, I'm just taking this out, and now I'm going to go work my way back into the Druk bead. So, here we go again. Back down here, down here, down here, and into the Druk bead. This is why my needle is bent. I need to get into that Druk bead whether I want to or not. That damn 11. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it this way. Going back out of that 11 now. It's the only way I can get through the Druk bead. Alright, so you're gonna pick up, now working with 15 O's. I believe it was 3. Pick up 3. Sorry about the coughing. Alright, now you got 3 beads on here. You're coming out of your Druk bead on the side, so think of these 4 beads in the middle. Okay, we're coming out of the side. Just go into the Firepolish, and the Firepolish only. And like that. And pull that bead in. See? Pick up 3 more. And go back in your druk bead. And I'm going through the side 11 now. So that's pulling those up nice and securing them to your top of your bracelet. Okay, now you're coming out of this one, you're going to pick up 4 beads. You're going to make an X and just go through the next druk. So you're coming out, okay, let me see if I can, you're coming out here, you're going to enter on here, so you're going to go on a diagonal and enter on a diagonal. Okay, so enter on a diagonal like that, placing those on top like this. And you're just going to do this all the way around now. Pick up 4, go across, you're coming out on this side, and you should always be coming out on the same side through the whole bracelet, placing 4 beads on top in a diagonal like that. Can you see? This is way prettier than what I was just showing you what to do. I was looking for an easy way out, and sometimes an easy way out isn't always the best way out. So sometimes we just have to spend the time to make our bracelets and our jewelry to look beautiful. It's going to take time, and that's called weaving, and that's what we're doing. I just did this one here just because I was in that side one, but when we finish doing the top here, we're going to come back and embellish the sides, pulling these all up like this. So everything is sturdy and stable and stiff and simply gorgeous. So that's all you're going to do for this top part of an embellishment. It's going to take you a few minutes, not that long, to go out of here, considering the 4, and you're going to enter on this side like this. Well, maybe, if it'll let me. Yep, there we go. And I'm going to stick with this bent needle, which I hate to, can't even imagine how much I hate it. You can always embellish this in a different color, but looking at it from in person, I think the silver lined is much, much prettier. And it's kind of subtle, so it's not gonna, and it helps pop your bracelet out here in the middle, keeps it a lot sturdier. So I'm gonna go do that, finish that. So go finish your top by creating the little embellishment on top with your 11-0s, and then we will work with our 15-0s when I come back doing the and pull that tight. If you pull it tight, it cups these upward on the side. I don't know if you can see what I mean, but there, see how it's domed a little bit? That's what you want, okay? So I will be back. Okay, look at this. Isn't this just stunning? Oh God, I love this bracelet. I just love it, love it. I have to ease it on very carefully, but it is so snagged on my ring. It is so reinforced that it isn't going to break. This is so pretty. All right, now for the last bit of embellishing, you want to just go right into the side druk where you're finished, because you see the 2 we did here already. We've already done this one. Let me come up a little closer so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, you've done these 15-0s here on each side. So now I'm just working my way into the druk, the next druk. Like so. And you may have to go through that 11-0 on the side and then just come right back out it. Just put your needle in and go back out it. I wonder if maybe I should have just done it with the 11 O's. I don't know. But this is the way I've got it. Whoops. Okay. Pick up 3/15. Go into the Firepolish with your 3/15. Like so. Oopsies. Come on. What the heck? There we go. Pick up 3 more. And work your way across. Sitting those on top. Like that. It's really hard for you to probably see this in the camera, but it looks really pretty. At least I think it does. I don't know if I like it. I'll be back. I gotta think about this. Okay, I found something that's gonna be a way easier and way quicker and cut down on time. So, you know where your druks are? If you look at the side of your druks here on this outer edge. Oh shit. Oopsies. Let me fix this. Oops. Alright. Not like it's going to stay. It just keeps falling. Now, on the outer part of the druks, this outside row, between them is 2 11 O's. You should have 2 11 O's. You want to be exiting out of your 2 11 O's, and you're going to pick up, oh jeez, Miku. You're going to pick up 2 15s. You're going to go into the Firepolish like this, and put 2 15s in. Pick up 2 more 15s, go into the next group of 11 O's, and if you pinch your bracelet, you pinch it a bit, you can get your needle into those 11 O's. Like this. Like that. Well, my needle is so flippin' bent. Might be a good idea to use a size 12 for this. Just to make it easier to get into those 11 O's and pull that tight. So if you pull that tight, it pulls these up nice and flush. If you see what I mean? I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it does keep them. I've got 2 done here. So I'm going to pick up 2 15s. I'm coming out of my 11 O's that are between these side druks. And I'm picking up my Firepolish. Pull it. Pick up 2 more 11 O's, or 15 O's, sorry. And go down into the next group of 11 O's. And it is tricky to get in there with this size 10 beading needle. Oops. It wants to snag into that druk. And I do need to get a size 12. I'm going to switch needles. Oh, my God. Pull that tight. Okay? So when you pull it tight, these are sitting nice and flush in there now. Starting to look really good like that. See? And it's really helping it to stay puffy there. So it will really stand out when you wear this. So that's all I'm going to do. Between the druks, your 2 11 O's, exit out of one, go into the Firepolish. Miko! With 2 15 O's. Oh, God. And exit into the next 2 11 O's. And I'm working everything in the same direction. So I'm going this way, and I'm continuing that way. Pull tight. And now I'm going to exit out of that 11 O. And pull tight. Oops. please be careful you don't snag your thread. Alright. So that's all I'm going to do. It tightens it all up nicely and leaves it nice and flush against here. It looks so nice. You can see the difference, how this is floppy. This is not floppy anymore. Okay? I gotta go because Miku is driving me to nuts today. He hasn't shut up all day. Miku, can you at least say something different? No blah blah blah. Say hello. I guess I asked for that one. Miku, hello. Hi, pretty bird. Hi, buddy. Can you say hi, buddy? As soon as you start talking to him, he shuts up. No step up. Alright, I'll be back. I'm going to keep doing that all the way around. So adding those 250 O's in there is going to snug it up really, really nice. And it looks really beautiful. See? Gorgeous, huh? So keep working on that. I'll come back and show you when my bracelet's all done and I got it on my arm. I'll be back. Well, folks, this is the finished piece. Look at how this cuff sits. It's almost like it's an Egyptian cuff, but it's fit for a royal family. Anyway, this is the finished bracelet. It was a long haul, long process, an all-day thing. It is now like 8:30 at night, 8:35 p.m. and I started this at 8:30 this morning, but I had a lot of interruptions in between. Anyway, let me take it off and show you the actual piece. I'm trying to slide it off. It is very snug. So, when you're making this bracelet, I would add an extra one more revolution just to make it perfect. This is one hell of a big bracelet, but it is stunning piece. Let me just come up close. And there's what it looks like all finished on the edge. And the inside here. This turned out really pretty. So this is what I would call holiday festive bangle. So you can do this in many different colors, whatever colors you like. I like the red in here. I like how it stands out in the white. Looks so nice from the side. So there it is. It even stands up by itself. It's pretty sturdy. Well, it's kind of standing up. There we go. Anyway, I hope you guys try this bracelet. And the list of everything that you need for it is below. And I will see you guys soon on the next video. Have a good week. Bye, everyone.